recognizing a few of our special guests and welcome them here to the center. Beginning, of course, with the Honorable former Prime Minister, Gerard Lefebvre. Thank you for being here today. Our Consul General of Haiti in Miami, Gandhi Thomas. Thank you for being here. And Jean-Pierre Turgot of the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being here today. And of course, our venerable County Commissioner, Dale Holness. I'm going to ask him to come forward in a minute, but before I do, I wanted to make a couple of remarks about the Broward Center and then about our County Commissioner. This is one of the venues here at the Broward Center. Many of you may be familiar with the Broward Center, and many of you may not be. I want to tell you a couple of quick facts about the Broward Center, just so you leave here a little more informed about this venue that's really here to serve the community. Paula mentioned in her introduction that we do many events like this here at the Broward Center. We consider ourselves the cultural embassy of Broward County. We think this is a great place to use culture as a way to build bridges for commerce and trade with other countries, and do anything we can to use the arts as a tool to build a community. What you also find here at the Broward Center is the largest arts and education program in the entire country. Through our partnership with Broward County Schools, we serve over 100,000 students per year through our arts and education programs. It's something that enhances not only their understanding of the arts, but academic achievement as well. We tie these programs to curriculum, we enhance achievement, and then we get out and work directly with our schools. Some of our worst performing schools have actually been turned around by integrating arts education more thoroughly into their curriculum at those schools. And we're working on those programs now to really become a model throughout the country for how the arts can be used in the schools to increase academic achievement, increase parent engagement, and just get better results in general from our school system. So we feel we're here to make a contribution to the education system as well, to build better students, to build better graduates, and build a better workforce for all of you. So we're happy to be a partner in many ways with many of the county's initiatives and many of the initiatives coming from the business community, but nobody works harder in that regard than County Commissioner Dale Holness. I always say this is one of the hardest working elected officials I've ever met. And the place that I find him most often out front is with initiatives like this. Initiatives that are going to build bridges for trade and commerce, initiatives that are going to help ensure that the economic prosperity generated here in Broward County is shared by everyone in Broward County. That's where I see Commissioner Holness in the lead, and I'm so pleased he's here today with us. So please welcome to the stage Commissioner Dale Holness.
Thank you very much, Kelly Shanley, for those kind words. Prime Minister Latartio, Consul General Candy Thomas, my good friend Jean-Pierre Turgot, and then to all of you here, good afternoon. Should I say bonsoir? Good job. I know I need to practice my Creole more so than French. I'd rather speak Creole than French. After visiting Haiti 9 times from one end to the other, I believe that at some point in time we're going to be able to speak the language when I visit. But it's great to be with you this afternoon to really look to see how we can bring the community together, to look at how we can expand opportunities to do business with the rest of the world. And in this instance, this evening, with Haiti. Haiti is a very important trading partner for South Florida. That's for the Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, and Monroe County Custom District. Haiti currently ranks number 27 at just under $1 billion in trade, coming down from about $1.2 billion a couple of years ago. So we really need to redouble our efforts to expand that. But I must tell you also that though you see that number, let's look at Haiti's significance compared to the number 2 economy in the world, China. We sold last year to Haiti almost $400 million worth of goods and services on a $1 billion trade, whereas with China at $6.5 billion in trade, we sold just over 400 million. So imagine if we're doing more business with Haiti, they will do more business with us. We do more business with Haiti, they do more business with us. It means that the people of Broward County, the people of South Florida, would have better economic outlook. Haiti would have the same. So it's a relationship that is mutually beneficial to both countries. And I'm grateful to be here with you to tell you also about the third event third year of our event, Florida's International Trade and Cultural Expo. Now I'm happy to let you know that in 2015, we had Prime Minister Tortio at the event, and he gave a wonderful presentation, very well rounded, and we also had former President Leonel Fernandez from Dominican Republic. We were sitting at the table just as we were here together, and a conversation ensued between both gentlemen, and the issue of the status of immigration in Dominican Republic of the Haitian people that were there came up, and it was a very strong debate. Let me put it in those terms. But what ensued was the next day they had lunch together and further discussed the issue to find some way to resolve that troubling issue that is plaguing both countries and sense of unfairness that occurs with the treatment of Haitians in the Dominican Republic. But I must let you know that Prime Minister Tortio did make his voice heard at that meeting, I'm sure subsequent meeting thereafter. So this year we'll continue that. And what we're working to do here is to ensure that Broward County is the center for international trade and business in the state of Florida to the world. We want to beat that point. And we put this in our vision planning in 2011, January. I got elected in 2010, and it was one of the first things I was able to convince my colleagues to look at the vision of the future. And here's why it's important that we become that place. Because we're in the center of this great metropolitan area of almost 6 million people across South Florida. We have 3 international airports within 1 hour from here, 3 international deep water seaports within 1 hour of here, 120 different languages spoken in South Florida. We connect the world here already. If you want to go to Jamaica from Haiti, you're more than likely going to have to get a flight through South Florida. If you want to go to Colombia from Venezuela, you'll probably get a quicker flight coming through South Florida. So the connection's there. We have Emirates here now flying to the Far East and to Dubai. That's a great connection. And we have direct flights to Europe, to all over the world. Again, we're strategically located. We have the infrastructure in place to really be that place. And as the world will change, countries and gets closer, and it's going to happen, regardless of the little blips in the road, and you will see more and more that we're going to be more connected as humans throughout the world. We'll do more business with each other, and maybe not my lifetime, but I'm sure in my children's lifetime, we won't be worried about wars because we're not going to want to kill our customers. And that's very significant. So we need to start now with that. So I want to invite all of you and encourage you to attend Florida's International Trade and Cultural Expo this year, October 17th and the 18th at the Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention Center. And you can visit us by going to FITSI FITCEexpo.com. That's FITCE expo.com, or you have a flyer in front of you. Please share it with everyone. Go to the website, register, and be a part of this effort. Now, I'm going to take some time here to honor our main speaker this afternoon, Honorable Prime Minister Latortue. And if you could, would you join me, please? Let's talk a little bit about this great man who has done so much over time that not many people know. And you know, I probably should have him sit because he had surgery on his knee not too long ago. So we want to honor him today, because we ought to honor people while they're still alive, right?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
So I have a proclamation here that was requested by myself, Dale Holderness, the Broward County Commissioner, and it reads, and you gotta forgive me for some of the French words, okay? I'm not that proficient in that. Whereas Gerard R. Latortue was Prime Minister of Haiti from March 9th, 2004 to June 9th, 2006. He assumed this position at a time of uncertainty and political chaos in Haiti, and is credited for the success in restoring the democratic process in Haiti through honest and free election in 2006. And whereas, prior to his appointment as Haiti's Prime Minister, Gerard Latortue worked for more than 3 decades as managing director at the United Nations Development Organizations, UNIDO, where he participated in and led numerous high-level missions, advising leaders in Africa, Asia, and other parts of the world on industrial development. He began his career at UNIDO in 1972 as a project manager in Togo and the Ivory Coast, where he spent 10 years promoting ownership of small and medium enterprises by the nationals. And whereas in 1988, Gerard Latortue was appointed Foreign Minister of Haiti, among his achievements at the Haitian Foreign Ministry was the initiation of negotiation for Haiti's entry into the Rome Convention. And whereas, as a noted academic, Gerard Latortue taught economics for more than a decade at Haiti's State University and at the Inter-American University of Puerto Rico. He and his colleagues, Frank Alcinador, are credited as the pioneers of Haiti's first private business school in Haiti, the Institut des Hautes Études Économiques and Commerciales. He is also credited, I told you about that French thing, right? He's also credited with other colleagues as playing a pivotal role in introducing the first MBA program in Puerto Rico from 1995 to 2000. He served as the Secretary General of the Association of Caribbean Universities and Research Institutes. And whereas currently, Gerard Latortue is an international advisor on democracy and development, having recently been assigned to electoral missions in Mali, Togo, Chile, and Gabon. On behalf of the International Organization of French-Speaking Communities, and having recently led development missions in Guinea and the Democratic Republic of Congo for the United Nations Development Program. And whereas, on March 9, 2004, Gerard Latortue assumed the leadership of Haiti's transitional government as Prime Minister. His administration accomplished several feats during his time as Prime Minister, including the reestablishment of international assistance to Haiti and the creation of the Central de Facilitation des Investissements, which aims at reducing the bureaucratic red tapes that often impede investments in Haiti. He also institutionalized the fight against corruption through the creation and reinforcement of institutions such as Unité Centrale de Renseignements Financiers, Unité de Lutte contre la Corruption, and the Commission Nationale de Passation de Marches Publiques. Furthermore, and then I guess here's some Spanish coming in, because that's what I'm more accustomed to speaking. Furthermore, he initiated broad judicial reforms in matters related to women's rights, public administration, infrastructural rehabilitation, and decentralization of government activities. And whereas, despite the many challenges, Gerard Latortue's transitional government held free and fair domestic elections in 2006, restored the democratic process in Haiti while receiving great praise from the national and international communities. This is the most important part. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Broward County, Florida, that the Board hereby designates Thursday, August 17, 2017, as Gerard Latortue Day in Broward County, Florida.
Did you notice if the restroom was on the way we came? Yeah.
I will have the president of the Haitian American Chamber of Broward County, a very good friend, Monsieur Jean-Pierre Turgot. So I got elected in Broward County as a county commissioner, and we have a concession at the airports for food and beverages. So I met with the leadership there, and they came to see me, and I said, you know, what are you doing to ensure that the diversity of Broward County is represented in your organization? They said, well, you know, we ought to do something about that. I said, that's true. Next thing you know, they brought in Jean-Pierre Turgot within a few months. He took over leadership of the food and beverage concession at the airport. That wasn't being run so well. Did a tremendous job at regrouping and ensuring that that organization run smoothly, increased the amount of business we're doing, because what you need to know is that we don't use property taxes to run the airport. It's an entity on its own. It earns its own money. We call it an enterprise fund. So all the money that runs the airport comes either through federal, state grants or revenues that we earn. So the more money you spend when you go to the airport, the better it is for Broward County. And cheaper your flight per ticket. We got one of the lowest costs per enplanement in the country at about $4.80 per ticket. So each time you buy a ticket at the airport, you pay $4.80, compared to Miami at about $22. So we are the low-cost carrier center for all of South Florida. So he was there, and we built a pretty good relationship, helped me quite a bit with community organization and events. Started the Broward Haitian Chamber of Commerce, was very supportive of him there. He worked with that organization at the airport to actually get them an extension. Now he's off to doing something else, working with Republic as a manager there, running the organization. So I bring you someone who is very versed in business enterprise and would have Mr. Jean-Pierre come forward, please.
Well, thank you very much, Commissioner Holness. Bon après-midi, bienvenue à tout le monde. Bon après-midi. Okay. Which means good afternoon and welcome. Well, thank you very much, Commissioner Holness, for the introduction. Before we begin, I want to convey my sincere thanks to Kelly. Is he still in the room? And also to Jen Goodhart, and also the entire staff of the Broward Center for Performing Arts. Thank you very much. You have a beautiful facility. I will tell you, when it comes to hospitality, I'm very picky. Everybody will tell you. So, but as I stated to your CEO, I mean, from the parking lot, I was led, guided to this room, which really had a tremendous impact on me. Okay, coming here. So, great job. I want to also take the time to thank Jasmine Jones, Paula, Isaac, okay, and the staff at the Broward County. And I will take about a few seconds just to spend a little time, Commissioner Holness said a few things about me. Very true to form. And also, there's a lady here in Broward County by the name of Jasmine Jones. She's tremendous in what she does. I mean, I will tell you, without a doubt, is somebody who does a job well, with integrity. She's a champion to all Haitian causes. I mean, if we have something that that is very important for Haitians here, you reach out to her. I will tell you this. Usually, I'm right in my estimation. She will be there at your side, fighting for you and making sure that you get to destination. Also, I want to take the time, to thank the Honorable Council Gandhi Thomas for being here. Thank you very much for being here with us. And most and foremost, everybody in the room, the audience, for your interest, your deep interest in knowing about Haiti, knowing about the business in Haiti, and also, for coming to this workshop. Well, the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce came about from a vision, from a discussion, from the need to network, from the need to connect, from the need to expose our community for growth. Today I can proudly say that we have been able to do just that. We have been able to do free workshops for the past 5 years, free of charge. Organize social events for the promotion of our culture. Last January, Jeanne Saint-Fleur, our very esteemed president, by the way, she does mostly everything for the chamber. Yeah. Jeanne, where are you, Jeanne? Okay. Yes, thank you. And she was in Haiti. There was a need to expose the people of Haiti to what it required, okay? The FDA rules and regulation for exporters. Okay, she did just that, and she did a wonderful job. Again, applause for doing that. On September 12th, she's going to go back there in Haiti, and she's going to have a seminar regarding labeling and packaging. I mean, we all know, if we're going to bring things back to this country, it has to be right. It has to be done right.
Right.
And somebody that, can bring all that information to you with the right team. Okay? Well, to tell you, to put things in perspective, I will tell you that, you know what, we're going to continue as a Chamber of Commerce to venture forth, okay? Today you will hear from our keynote speaker, okay? The very esteemed former, okay, Prime Minister Gérard Latortue, okay? And he will tell you why it is possible now for investors to consider Haiti. And through the panels, the other sessions that we're going to have here, okay, you will learn about new opportunities. You're going to hear about the dynamics of the current economy, the legal implications, and the resources which will be available to you. In the end, we want you to be receptive, okay, to new marketing ideas. We want you to be innovative, okay? We want to do what we want to do. We want to help you sustain, okay, your businesses. You're going to listen to some testimonies from people of the diaspora who are currently doing business in Haiti. They're going to tell you about their success stories. In the end, you know, we want you to understand that success, the success of your business in Haiti is going to depend greatly of your knowledge of the market, and by forming strategic, I'm going to repeat that, you have to form strategic alliances and partnership in Haiti in order for you to be successful. So my wish for you this afternoon is to make the best of this workshop. And I'll leave you with Godspeed to you, Godspeed to the United States of America, Godspeed to our beloved country, Haiti. Thank you very much.
We're going to continue with the Honorable Consul General of Haiti, who will tell you about all the great things that he's been doing here in Miami and to tell you about the services from the consulate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. First of all, Commissioner Holness, and as you know, protocol oblige, I'm going to start my remarks and say a few paragraphs in French. So that's the protocol. And for you to just practice your French. Prime Minister always, as you know, is an honor for me. When you are somewhere that, you know, you lead my generation, especially international relations, seeing you working abroad and coming into Haiti to give it back. Mr. Chigo, thank you for your kind word. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, les organisateurs du sommet des affaires, mesdames, messieurs les invités d'honneur, mesdames, messieurs, je suis vraiment heureux de répondre à l'invitation des organisateurs de ce sommet des affaires, Doing Business in Haiti, qui, comme le montre le programme d'activité prévu, inclut différentes thématiques conférant à l'État la possibilité d'articuler ses opinions sur les questions posées sur la conjoncture. C'est ainsi que le gouvernement haïtien, par mon organe, accueille favorablement l'idée de ce sommet pour discuter des problèmes actuels et chercher des solutions appropriées nous permettant de briser le cycle infernal du sous-développement. Je suis profondément convaincu qu'à l'issue des travaux, nous verrons plus clairement l'énorme potentiel qu'a Haïti pour faire fructifier les investissements directs étrangers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just share with you some data. Yes, it is imperative that we open our doors to investments. We must do so by considering the dialectical relationship between national growth and the participation of our country in the world economy. in the global economy. When we solemnly say welcome to investors, we are deeply convinced that in order to change this country, we must open our arms to welcome businessmen all over the world. This can be seen as a radical change of mentality. For always, Haitian economic elites are privileged monopoly, closing the economy to capitalist competition. But we know that competition is the key to capitalist development. This is a new paradigm, a new approach in government affairs. According to Central Information Agency, CIA 2016, data from local sources, 58% of the population is between 15 and 55 years of age, and 33.4% between 0 and 15 years of age. The literacy rate is 61% of an estimated total population of almost 11 millions. And 75% of the literate are between 15 and 29 years old. What does that mean? This means that we have a very young and skilled labor force. In addition to this data on the Haitian labor force, let's look at the other opportunities we offer to foreign investors. First, Haiti has a special position on the world stage. The country is benefiting from its proximity and preferential access to the largest market in the world, the US market. In 2010, President Barack Obama signed the HEP Act, Haiti Economic Relief Program, which replaced the HOPE 1 and 2 Act, Haitian Hemispheric Opportunity for Partnership Encouragement. Haiti can export textile products, clothing, and many other products without custom duties and without reciprocity, irrespective of the nationality of the capital from which the product is obtained. Second, Haiti has, under a Canadian initiative, a unilateral trade preference to export to the region's second largest economy, Canada, exempt from custom duties regardless of the origin of capital. Thirdly, Haiti, a member of the Common Market of the Caribbean since 2002, signed the Economic Partnership Agreement between CARIFORUM plus Dominican Republic, and the European Union on December 11, 2009. Unfortunately, the earthquake of January 12, 2010 took place a month later. Therefore, ratification did not take place. This agreement is based not only on tariffs, but also on services and investments. So it represents a guarantee to foreign direct investment. Finally, as a member of the World Trade Organization, Haiti has committed itself and the multilateral trading system to providing strong guarantees for investment in tourism-related sectors, hotels, restaurants, construction, and finance. Frankly, we are determined to lead the country in a new, modern way. It is with great pride that I reaffirm the Moïse Lafontaine administration's desire to capitalize on all our diplomatic channels to promote investment in all sectors of national life as part of a growth and development plan, wider economic development. Thank you for your attention. Maintenant, it's with a very, I'm honoring to present the former Prime Minister, Dr. Chinese Wilmot, as a keynote speaker. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. La vie nous réserve souvent des surprises. Life is full of surprise. No, it's okay. It's okay. I can stand. If I cannot. Yes. It's a big surprise to me today when I listened to the Commissioner presenting his proclamation. When even 2 days ago, I was wondering whether I should come this afternoon for two reasons. I have my daughter living, she's at the airport probably now to London, where she is the managing director of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. And she came to spend a week with me, and I took all my daughters at the airport the day they are leaving, and I could do it. And furthermore, today, August 17, is the birthday of my mother. So it is a very good day for me, and all this happening. And yesterday again, I was saying, should I come? Should I not come? But when you are invited by people like the Commissioner, with whom I worked already a couple of years ago, you cannot say no. How could you say no to Tugo? He doesn't know me, but I knew his father, and I could tell all of you, his father saved my life during the Duvalier period, where I was a very turbulent professor at the university, and sometimes in my class I said things that should not be said during a dictatorship. But his father was in my class, and he saved my life. And I'm so pleased to see you today, Mr. Tugo. And I'm so sorry, it is only recently I knew your mother died. If I knew that, I would have been at the funeral. But I'm very happy to see you, because if I can speak today, large part is because of your father.
Wow.
I could also say thank you to Jenan, with whom I started working on another project. I am working right now on all the legislative decree we took during the transitional government, almost 100 of them, because before we came to power, the member of parliament used the time maybe to do their own business, but not to look at the country's problem. So we spent a lot of time changing the old laws and bringing new, and we're preparing a book that will come out probably by the end of the year or early next year on love legislative. It is where I knew Jenan, and it is probably she took advantage of that while I'm trying to use his services. We try to get mine also and to be here today. I'm very happy and I'm very pleased to come, and I would like to say thank you to all the organizers of this meeting today, and I'm very happy to come and to participate. You must notice since I left Haiti in 2007, I kept a strong silence on Haitian affairs. I believe when I've been in government and when you see what is happening, one should learn to remain silent and not to try to talk about everything, and particularly Haitians. When you start talking, it's only to say bad things. It is not in my tradition to say bad things, and also it is not always possible also to say good things. So being silent is certainly the wiser attitude to have in Haiti. But this time I said, no, I should get involved. Because I realize that today we are at a at a corner, Haiti has only two choices: either to get up, or eventually, if it is possible, to go further down. And I cannot see that and remain indifferent. It is why I say I should come today, be with you, and talk about the need to do business with Haiti, the need to look into the economic problems. I am more an economist, I'm not a politician. It is almost an accident of my career. I became Prime Minister of that country. But I said, let's come and talk to you and to tell people who have seen so many bad things said on TV, on radio, or the social networks. I'm feeling they are impossible to say good things about Haiti, and so many good things happening to the country, and they don't have the chance to look at them and to talk about it. I say today, I will come. I will take that risk. I will be with you. I would like to see, we should get to Haiti. We should do business of Haiti. But the commissioner was mentioning the number of millions business they do with Haiti, mostly on export. But as an economist, I would like to see Haiti starting exporting too, and also increasing local production. We cannot continue to import shoes. When I was a young boy, up to law school, I went to the shoemaker in Haiti to have my shoes. I go to a tailor to have my pants, to have my suit. Today, we are spending a lot of money. Maybe it is part of those millions of export, buying paper. It is not possible. To me, if the parliament would like to take an action, I would advise them to stop the import of paper and to advise the small and medium-scale enterprise, or tailors, or shoemakers, or carpenters, all those people to create jobs so Haitians will not have to take the risk to go wherever the plane will land them, be it in Chile, in Brazil, or in Dominican Republic, or I don't know where. So it is with that spirit I am here today to speak to you and to talk about the Haiti is offering today a window of opportunity for creating business and to get involved into the productive sector. In the past few years, people have been talking about Haiti open to business. It was mostly words, but I have the feeling, just a feeling, but it's the impression I have. Maybe at my age, believe me, I could have good intuition. I have the feeling the time is right today, where the people in Haiti, people from different segments of the population, realize things cannot continue the way they have been going recently, and we have to start producing. Now, to produce, we have to see the environment. And I believe today in Haiti, we have an institutional infrastructure that could help people who would like to do business in Haiti. Let me mention a couple of them. One, the Centre de Facilitation. The one place to go, and one place you have all the formalities if you want to establish a business in Haiti. In the past, you have to go in 4, 5, 6 different ministries, and every time they send you from one place to another. And I remember when I was at United Nations Industrial Development, one of the achievements of UNIDO was to advise all its member countries to establish one place where everybody who would like to do business with Haiti or the country will go. And I'm so pleased we have the Center for Facilitation, and I welcome it. Another thing I would like to do, it is what I observed today, I call the dynamism of the Chamber of Commerce. In the past, some people would believe the Chamber of Commerce was something for some old people to meet, to talk, we don't know about what. But now, I saw a new generation of young Haitians getting involved in the Chamber of Commerce and willing to make their say in planning economic development. And to me, it is something that all those of you who are interested in investing in Haiti, the first step, it is to get involved, to get in contact with the Chamber of Commerce in Haiti, and also in the Haitian American or Haitian Canadian or Haitian French Chamber of Commerce, wherever that exists. It is where you will get the right information to go to Haiti and to be able to do business. The third institutional infrastructure I would like to mention, it is the Commission for the Passation of Public Contracts. You know, a lot of people just want to go to the business in Haiti. I saw someone who came to see me in that room this afternoon. He's from England. He's an architect. Apparently, he submitted for a market for construction of affordable housing. Probably he was one of the best, but he did. In the memory of the president of that commission that I had the pleasure to appoint myself, he died, and Marshall died. But this is an important piece in the institutional infrastructure in Haiti for people who would like to do business, to make sure when there is a bid, the bid will be respected and the best one will get the contract. Today, we have the best chance to have this institution working, and I applaud what is happening in this country. Another one is what I would call also the Chamber of Arbitrage and Mediation. It is when there is a conflict. When you go to the business in a country, always that could happen to have a conflict. Where to go? To go to the court? The lawyers, you know them, in all the countries, they are trying to, I don't want to say any bad words. But when you have that commission to be able to resolve problems that potential investors will have with the local community, it is extremely important. It is a very important piece in creating an environment proper to development and creation of business. I would like to mention about the free zone we have in Caracol today, and we have also others planning to be established in the country, where the government is making a lot of steps to create an environment where a lot of facilities will be given to those who would like to invest, particularly in the productive sector. Everybody's saying it, but we don't do enough about it. We have to increase the national production. We cannot be a country of only business people, commercial, épicier, I would say. They want to buy and to sell. What is happening today, even in our relations with the Dominican Republic? What I observe in Haiti, so many business people, they prefer to buy from Santo Domingo, from the Dominican Republic. They don't have to have inventory costs. A truck will come with it, they will sell it in a week, because the truck will come back and bring them. What is the advantage for the country? Nothing, except for those who are making profits about those commerce. We have to produce. I just cannot, it's in my blood. I cannot accept the fact we are importing even coconut water. We are importing bananas. We are importing everything from the Dominican Republic, whereas the lands, we have that in our country. What happened to our thousands of people who migrate to the Dominican Republic? Whenever they arrive, the Dominicans will put them in 2 or 3 acres of land. Please cultivate that for us. And a lot of production, and they import so. We have those lands in Haiti. I am from Gonaïves. There is a part of the Artibonite they call Savane Désolé. It is désolé only because we have been told in the books it is a Savane Désolé. But you know, at 7 meters, you get water. And I remember a couple of years ago, there had been a big plantation of banana. You have just to look for the water. At 5 meters, you get it. In Israel, they go to 30 meters. They get the water and they produce. We have to go to that tradition that we want to produce. We cannot be a nation of sellers. We have to be a nation of producers. We have the capacity and we have to do it. It is that message I would like to bring to you. And we have, of course, I heard saying in that room this afternoon, we have the access to largest markets in the region, the US market, the Canadian market, even the possibility in the CARICOM, even in Europe. But do you know, with the hub, we use about 5%, no more than 10% of the possibility of exporting. Look at here in South Florida. Every time I want to buy an eggplant, or militant, you find them coming from all over the place, Mexico, everywhere. Not very rarely from Haiti. Even when the product put the name of Madame Gougou's, it is not necessarily made in Haiti. So we have to learn how to produce. We have to commit ourselves to the production This is business. This is what will bring not only income, not only jobs, but that will project the country in the future to the path of development. Because it is only through economic development that will create jobs. Income will be generated. The country will increase its potential not only to buy from abroad, but also to sell abroad. This is the way we'll have a country. And I'm mentioning all this because I would like you to realize the time is now. Don't let the opportunity we have today to start working into that. Another point I would like to make, it is to come to try to identify with you some opportunities of doing business in Haiti. I've mentioned a couple of sectors. You know, I realize my time is almost off now, but I spend my life doing that, and when I start talking about it, I get excited about itself. And I would like to mention rapidly a couple of sectors in which I would like people from South Florida, Haitian diaspora, or other people where they could make money in Haiti. Of course, the first thing that comes in our mind, it is the easiest thing one, is tourism. But what do we do with tourism? Is it only building a couple of hotels in Port-au-Prince? No. Port-au-Prince is not Haiti. Right. And people are believing as if Port-au-Prince was Haiti. No. We have the rest of the country. The potential for developing the country lies in the regions. Look at, I remember, I was in primary school in Gonaïve. I remember the frère took me to Northwest in Saint-Louis du Nord. I never since the time saw nicer beaches with sand of all colors, from gray to white. What do we do with those? What about building hotels there too? What about each region? If they have their own food specialty, you go to Ratibonite, you get Nalo. You get to the northern Cap, you get Noir, poulet au noir, poisson au noir. You get to the south, you have Tom Tom. Wherever you go, you have a different culture. Haiti remains today, is the place that today could offer something new to tourists willing to visit in the Caribbean. Everybody has been to Barbados for 10 times, to Jamaica for 20 times, to Dominican Republic, I don't know. But the day they start discovering Haiti, it will be the big surprise. So I really would like to see people thinking in investing in those regions. Dr. Jacques Mel, it's wonderful, and you can create a movement with the Latin American countries. When you recall them that Jacques Mel was the place where Bolivar came, they would love to come and see that. I think we have to try, and I'm mentioning that to our honorable consul here, which today they asked the embassies and consulate to do the promotion to get those cruise companies to have new ports in Haiti. We cannot let Wild Caribbean only in Labadie. Labadie is not only Haiti. We can go in other ports. And I know Carnival was interested at one time. I'm sure the Norwegian line would be interested. We have to get in touch with them to go and develop that. And furthermore, and I would like to add that, I was telling you about the regions, but in Haiti, we have the adjacent islands, La Gonave. La Gonave is as big as Guadeloupe, is as big as Barbados. We go to Ile de la Tortue. We've had a small experience already with L'Île Vache, but L'Île Vache is nothing compared to La Gonave, compared to Ile de la Tortue. And if we start developing those things, what we require to develop also international airports. Look at how the commissioner was telling us about from here, we have 3 international airports at 1 hour. One in Miami, one in Fort Lauderdale, one in West Palm Beach. We cannot continue. We don't have a country, the first black republic in the United States, to have only one airport. If there is one problem in Port-au-Prince and the plane has a difficulty, they have to send it to Santo Domingo. There is no other airport in the country where they could get. Why? I remember problems I had to try to get an international airport in Cape Haitian. I had long hours of discussion with American Airlines. Of course, now we have some flights to we have to go to Kai. We need more ports. I remember Mr. Leger in the south, in the Kai, would like to have a big port. Even in Gonaïve, in Sudan, we have one of the most powerful ports. Nobody using it, except someone who import cement, and they put them in bag. We have a complete misuse of the resources of the country. Too many people are interested in politics. Too many people don't want development. They don't see in development, in making money, something that is useful for everybody. I have the feeling sometimes that those who have money in Haiti, money is not to keep their own privilege, and they would like not too many people to have money. I hope that they will come where most of us will have money, but money to the work, to the business they will create. Another sector I would like to mention, the textile. This day we talk a lot about textile with the strike we have on minimum salary. I would like to give you the example of another country who started 30 years ago with the type of textile we have in Haiti. You just sell everything and you put them together. I'm talking about Tunisia. But what the businessmen in Tunisia did, they created a school to form technicians in textile where they can do all aspects in the production. And today, Tunisia doesn't accept order just to, no. And in Haiti, we have that capacity. We have that to be able to go in all aspects in the production of textile in the country. We used to have a very large production of cotton in the Plateau Central. What do we do with those resources? So I want to call your attention on that. What about building materials? When I was at United Nations, I made United Nations spend, I don't know how many $100,000 in doing studies on all the natural resources we have to produce cement. We have the largest reserve of calcareous product to produce cement. What we need is the power. And all depends on the technology we want to use to know how much power we need to produce cement. Haiti cannot continue to import cement and rock and just to put them in a bag in Haiti. We just cannot continue to do that when we have all the material. I could tell you I'm a witness of that. I was at United Nations when we had the cement Haiti. You know, they destroy the machine in order not to produce. I know even the name of the people. I know the money they took from firms, one in particular in Sustanon. I was telling at the time I could use the money in United Nations to pay for a consultant to the job. But they preferred to have a private contractor because someone wanted to make some money out of that and they did not want to produce cement. They preferred to import cement in vrac and to put it in the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, if we take all those hours to talk about doing business in Haiti, we have to start thinking about that. This is, and not only we have all the product, all the material, we even have marble. And in marble, we have marbles of all types of color. And I know some producer in Italy, when they saw the reserve of marbles we have in the region of Gonaïve and Ri, going by Pilboro, they wanted to come and to produce. I remember when I was trying to get, at the time I was still in the United Nations, and at the time I tried to make an appointment with Mr. Lyoto. He died for that product, and I couldn't do that because we had an embargo in Haiti, and UN blocked me using the UN money to pay for the travel of Lyoto to meet a group of investors. Well, embargo in Haiti. Who asked for the embargo? Ourselves, we asked it. So I would like you to take conscience about the need to mobilize all energies to use the resources we have in the country and to make the best possible use of those resources. Don't talk